Well, at the core of it, when you ask what is an ambassador is a representative of an entity or an organization. An ambassador to America is representing our country outside of this country, the values, the views, those type of things. And so a culture ambassador is somebody, an employee who embodies the views and values of that organization. I understand what we're trying to accomplish, why it's important, and I'm willing to actually carry it forward and be a spokesperson for these views and values no matter where I'm at in the organization. Why is it important? Why should every organization have that? Is traditionally, most of communication comes top down, and it's similar to like having parents, right? Parents often get confused, like, I don't understand how that teacher or that coach can get more out of my kid than when I'm saying the same thing. But you're also the disciplinary, you're also the provider, you wear all these hats. And so just having a different voice at times with no strings attached matters, and they hear that differently. In an organization, having ambassadors who aren't always just from the senior leadership or the management level, but people at all levels in the organization, reinforcing this is why this is important, especially around culture, because culture has been a buzzword for a long time. But as we talk about in the power of culture, when you recognize the true power and impact of culture within an organization, that's the heartbeat. That's what people take home. That's the thriving part of the organization, and that becomes by way of the values. And so if you don't have individuals speaking about it, talking about it, representing it, holding people accountable to it, just outside of the hierarchy, you're missing the boat on possibilities and truly making it something that's living and breathing beyond just a CEO or a few people who believe in it. One of the top ones, if we ask, hey, every organization should be doing some level of employee engagement annually, because you have to know your benchmarks. You have to really get input from your team members. But a part of that then, when you think about, they are a liaison both to and a pipeline upward of issues on the floor. So if you're doing an engagement surveys every year, if there's new issues popping up, who are those trusted people within departments on the floor out there that people can go to express concern, to express grievances? Because most people have frustrations that they never bubble up to senior leadership, and then senior leadership, like, I never knew about it. So you have to have somebody that is out there building trust with individuals. Similar again, why do you have an ambassador to America? They're building relationships within other countries, so then we can hear about what's happening and bubble that back to the mothership, if you would. Same type of thing in an organization. Now, on the flip side of that, when you talk about here's the progress that we're trying to work on and we're trying to make, one of the biggest opportunities is perspective. Let's say you have 100 items that come out of an engagement survey, and realistically, no one expects all 100 things to get done over that next year. But who are the people that are talking about and reinforcing the progress that is being done? Because as human beings, we're always looking at what's wrong right now. They forgot about what happened 3 months ago, 4 months ago. And so when someone complains about a thing, I'm not to minimize your complaint, but let's not forget that leadership is committed to these things. Here's the things that we have done. So there's a reinforcement side of that. And so the ambassador role is far beyond culture committees and pizza parties. Those things are great, but those are surface level things. At the end of the day, they are that liaison that is speaking about the power of this. First and foremost, even beyond the organization, for themselves, because they should be somebody that says, in a champion, I want the best culture possible. When we talk about the power of culture, what's the difference between going home on a good day versus a toxic day? That's the real meat. If you're not going home better because the environment's less than, what are you doing it for? And so they believe in it for themselves, and it's also to then change and help shift perspective. I'm not in leadership. I'm not trying to sell you a bill of goods. I'm truly saying we should be bought into this selfishly for ourselves and our families. How we do that is when we buy into the process and we play a part in the role that we're trying to play in this.